Well, folks, it's finally happened. After nearly a year of missed target dates, public speculation, and rampant gado-gado withdrawal, Asian Rose has finally reopened at its new location on Front Street, to the delight of scores of white people with dreadlocks, including myself. Though mine are only extensions, I have always counted myself among those devoted to this eccentric Sri Lankan establishment. However, my enthusiasm has since been replaced by something else. I don't quite know how to describe it. If my emotion were a dish, it would have gone from a spicy red potato to a more subdued potato leek curry. Why, you ask? Well, first you need to know a little bit about me. Anyone who knows me knows that above all else, I am concerned with the comfort of others. If I observe anyone experiencing discomfort, I, in turn, cannot be comfortable. Ladies and gentlemen, I, Jeff Donnell, am an empath. Because of this, I try to always be courteous and polite when dealing with service workers. I try not to project an air of entitlement. At the old Asian Rose, this was frequently put to the test. I often found myself overcompensating for the apparent lack of friendly reception from certain people behind the counter. Now, I never knew if this was just a cultural gap or if they simply found my patronage annoying. I always got the sense that they were busy enough and they would really rather I wasn't there. But still, I persisted with my over-friendliness for fear of ending up on their bad side and being banned forever from their dusty little restaurant. Why? Because the food is so good. And this prospect of being banned or being thrown out didn't seem so far-fetched either. Displayed prominently on the counter were clear instructions on how to order efficiently. Number 1, for here to go. Number 2, white or brown rice. Number 3, how many items? One misstep and you're suddenly the problem customer. No tempeh for you. You're the clueless newbie who is annoying everyone in line behind you who all have their $5 bills out and ready to go. As regimented as this all was, we were glad to put ourselves through this awkward process time and time again. Why? Because it worked. We got our food quickly. Move us through like the hippie cattle we are. Give us our vegan slop and get us out of there. Now, all of this is why the new place is so puzzling. They opened 2 weeks ago, and I went in for lunch, the first chance I got. They've got fancy new digs in the old Rebecca's Mighty Muffin space on Front Street next to the now closed Club Caution. You know, I don't know why that place failed. It was a really great concept. The first thing I noticed was that there was no menu posted in the window. This bothered me. Not because I need it, but what about all the people who aren't aware of what they offer? Won't they be confused? Plus, they've now combined with their other restaurant, the Malabar. So their menu is a bit different now anyway. People won't get it. They'll have questions. A few minutes later, I decided to move past it and go in and order. Now, no longer are the food items displayed in front of you like the old place. Instead, you order from a menu at the register and they bring it out to you from the back kitchen, a sort of halfway table service. That's okay, I said to myself. I know what all the items look like. I can be fine. But Jeff, I answered back, you're an old hat at this. What about others trying to decide for the first time? Calm down, Jeff. They'll learn. They'll be okay. Also conspicuously absent was any signage instructing patrons of the ordering guidelines. My blood pressure rose. Perusing the menu, I noticed the strangest thing of all. All the old items were listed, the Singapore noodles, the basil eggplant, etc., but nowhere did it indicate that you should specify white or brown rice, something that had previously been a basic part of the ordering process. I looked up and asked the girl at the register if we still had a choice. Yes, she replied, with no further clarification. Oh, good, I said. But why wasn't it on the menu? How could such a basic thing have been overlooked? Were they trying to phase out one of the options? If I was this confused, how could the lay person be expected to handle it? I kept these thoughts to myself so as to not upset her, and I gave my order. What she said next was very disturbing. Where are you going to sit? Huh? Oh, we don't have numbers to give out yet, so can you choose a table? My eyes glazed over as I turned around and surveyed the room full of empty choices. I had no particular trouble negotiating the somewhat bizarre request, but my heart sank at the thought of others being asked this question. I pointed at a table so that she could begin entering my order into the microsystem that was clearly foreign to her. It took uncomfortably long, and at one point someone had to come out and help her figure it out. I waited patiently, but couldn't stop worrying about the lady in line behind me. I hope she's okay, I thought. I wonder if she's aware of the rice situation. Scanning the drink menu, I noticed a variety of new options, and once things got back on track, I decided to order a saffron banana lassi. Have you ever had that before? A voice came from behind me. It was the rice lady. It's good, but it definitely tastes strong of saffron, which isn't a flavor we're used to. I was touched. This lady was obviously as concerned with me as I was with her. I felt an instant connection. If only I was a woman, I would have asked her out. Thanks, I said. I haven't had it, but I think I'll try it. Upon completing my order, I sat down at the table I had chosen 10 minutes earlier and immediately realized I'd prefer to sit somewhere else. But it was too late. I was locked in, and I didn't dare throw the cashier into a panic by moving at this stage of the game. The next 20 minutes, yes, 20 minutes of waiting for my food proved to be a roller coaster ride of emotion. Imagine my stress as I sat by and watched person after person suffer the confusion of being asked prematurely where they were going to sit when they hadn't yet given it a thought. My anxiety as I had to explain to perplexed patrons that this was indeed still the Asian Rose, even though they couldn't see the choices. When my food finally arrived, it was, of course, not what I ordered. But by then I was happy to have any food in front of me, so I ate it anyway. I couldn't enjoy it. All I did was squirm at the sight of people waiting endlessly for their lunch. I witnessed more people being served the wrong food and others getting up to ask if their order was forgotten completely. My heart raced and my stomach turned as I could not divorce myself from their experience. Now, you might chalk this all up to a fluke or bad luck or simply a new restaurant trying to work out the kinks. I don't know. You may be right. I hope that's the case. What I do know is that I have eaten there twice more in the 2 weeks since they opened, and each time was equally anxiety-ridden. But still, I will go back. Why? Because I want them to succeed. I want them to work it out. I want them to add the rice option to the menu. I want to see that menu up in the window. I just want everyone to be happy. And above all else, I will go back because the food is so damn good.